But first, we're learning disturbing new details in a child abuse case in Gloucester County.
Two parents are accused of keeping a young child caged, naked, starving, and covered in her own waste. On Thursday, deputies found the girl inside a mobile home on Carey Lane. Then, late Friday, investigators found remains of another child buried in the ground. A 1-month-old, who was also in the home, is in protective custody. Both Brian and Shannon Gore are behind bars. 10 on your side's Andy Fox is live in Gloucester County. Andy, court documents really tell a gruesome story here.
A very gruesome story, and the court documents, ironically, show this. That when detectives first came out here to that mobile home right there where the Gores lived, they were investigating them for burglary of gold bullions. But at the end of the day, they found something much more than gold bullions. The court papers paint a horrifying scene. Detectives showed up at the Gore home and found Shannon Gore's 6 or 7-year-old daughter in a cage made out of the crib. Detectives say they found the child nude, laying in feces, which was also in her hair. She was suffering from bed sores and severe starvation. So hungry, detectives saw the child eating the flaky skin from her forehead. Shannon Gore says her child has Down syndrome and cerebral palsy, and according to the court papers, kept her in the cage to calm her. Court papers claim the child got one Pop-Tart in the morning and one in the evening. It is unsure if Brian Gore is the natural father, but investigators say Brian Gore admitted to building the makeshift top that turned the crib into a cage. He said the girl was in the cage since last summer and rarely came out. She would remain in the cage all day while Shannon worked. No one knew she existed because she was born at home and Shannon never went to a doctor. The child has no birth certificate. Disturbing also is this. When detectives found the girl, she could not walk because she was kept in the crib cage for so long. During the interview with Brian Gore, investigators got information of a child buried in the backyard, so they dug up the remains. They have been sent to the medical examiner. Brian and Shannon Gore are charged with felony child neglect, attempted capital murder, and first-degree murder for the child's remains found in the backyard. In the court document, let me just read this real quick. The detective wrote, according to Brian Gore, Shannon began putting the girl, I won't repeat her name, in the cage because she did not want to have to explain where that baby came from since she had been isolated. Brian advised that the girl rarely came out of the cage, asked by the detective how all of this happened. Both Gores declined our request for an interview. In Gloucester County, Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
The Gores are expected to be in court on Wednesday morning for their arraignment.